Well, it might be a nice welcome here to Gary from Academy TV. Hi, Gary.
Yeah, cheers for having us on.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Right, before we hear about Academy TV, might tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yes, yes. So yeah, dad of four. Not from Dorset originally, but I found out after living for a few years, not many people are from Dorset originally. A lot of people move down from London, the north, south, and yeah, the more you get to know people down here, the more you realise there's not actually that many. The further west you go, it's a bit more rural and a bit cult like, but yeah, more around like the Bournemouth area and stuff. It's a lot of people that move down to the area. It's a lovely spot. Yeah, great schools. Yeah, we've been here for 15 years now, and yeah, I would never go back to like where I grew up as a kid. This is home now. And yeah, we've laid good roots down in the community. Like one of the, especially like through football and stuff, we're quite well known, and that's what's brought on Academy TV. But yeah, work as a youth worker for the council. Just finished university, went back as a mature student. So yeah, it's all good life in Dorset really. But yeah, it's Academy TV's turned into a bit of a hobby, and wife's not too happy with it. But it gets me round football. I don't really play anymore. I do manage my own Sunday league team, which is Academy FC Dorset. But yeah, playing days are over, unfortunately. A little bit of six aside,
Yeah.
but yeah, not legs haven't got the 11 aside of them anymore.
Good stuff. Well, we'll find out about Academy Dorset as well, FC Dorset. But first, I want to learn about Academy TV, how that came about, and what it involves.
Yeah, so basically, and it was during the lockdowns. Obviously, from home, the kids from home, as probably the same as everyone else, you just end up on your phone all day on social media, and you kind of run out of things to watch on TV. And I just stumbled across. Obviously, there was no football or anything, was there? So you stumble across YouTube teams, and I came across Palmer's FC, which is a team. They don't actually do videos anymore, but I think they did it for probably 8 to 10 years. They made videos. The guy does other stuff now. He goes ground hopping and stuff, and like they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and stuff. But yeah, it all came from there, watching their videos, and I thought we could do that. And we always have a laugh. That's one of the good things at our team. We haven't actually ever won anything. We've won a couple of six-side trophies, mini leagues. But the highest we've ever done is we finished 4 points off top spot one year, and we got to a semi-final on a Sunday. But that's about it, really. It's quite tricky to win anything. You get teams that come in and they get a load of Saturday players in. So yeah, it's pretty tricky to win stuff on a Sunday. There's some real good teams, competitive teams. You get Southern players playing that get paid to play in the week. God knows why they want to play on a Sunday morning, but I don't know whether it's just like old schoolmates and they play every now and then and stuff. But I wouldn't want to risk getting injured on a Sunday and not getting paid a couple of £100 for playing in the week. But yeah, that's how it came about. Just watching Palmer's videos, and then it was a case of looking in. That's when I really started looking into the technology side of things, and I thought we're never going to find a cameraman to turn up every week. It's hard enough to get 11 players to turn up. So it was literally I come across this company called VEO Sports Camera, and this was back in 2019, and I kind of just sent an email to them inquiring about this camera. And then they're from Copenhagen, and the camera's like hand built up there, and it's got all this AI technology, way above me, and I still don't fully know how it works now, but it does work. And so the camera's got two cameras in it, like a triangle. So it records 180 degrees of the pitch, and then when you upload it later on, an AI that they've developed follows the ball around.
So does this
So
have to be positioned in the middle? I'm guessing.
yeah, goes at the halfway line on a tripod. And then yeah, so when you actually press the record button, you look at it on your phone. You just see the whole 180 degrees, the whole pitch.
Right.
It's not zooming in or zooming out at all. It's not really anything to really look at on your phone. It's kind of they should. I think they should just put a record button on the camera and you press play. It's a bit of a pain in the Sometimes, linking it up to your phone, it just seems another thing to do. But yeah, it's a really good piece of kit, and it even picks it. It knows when there's been a goal, so they've obviously if the ball goes in and then it goes back to the centre circle, it knows that that's a goal. And then when you get the highlights, you get the whole match. Before we used to put the whole match up, but the views weren't that great. No one's going to sit there for an hour and 20 minutes watching Sunday League. So we kind of adapted it. We do short highlights. We put up reels and stuff on Instagram. The first couple, funnily enough, I was with someone last night. They agreed to come and sponsor a game that I was recording at. And they were saying how far the videos have come. I think the first video we did, I never wanted to commentate on the videos. I don't like the sound of my own voice. And I just thought it would be awful. No one's going to listen to it. I'd get things wrong. And then I just started going for it. We mucked about trying to get some other people to do it, but as you probably know yourself, like commitment, people want to do stuff, but when it needs to be done, it doesn't often get done.
Yeah.
Not that they do want to do it, but everyone's got like family and stuff, and it just takes a little bit of time to do it. So I've ended up doing it myself, and I still get stuff wrong. I say people's names wrong. I say places wrong. And I do often say, if I've said it wrong, no offense meant, just leave me a comment and people send me a message. Right? Which is, it's all quite funny, it's all light-hearted. But yeah, so at the beginning, after the lockdowns and the return to football came, I then had the bright idea. The problem is with YouTube is you need content, and obviously being Sunday League, it's only about 20 games a year.
Yeah.
So then I started going around to other local teams saying, can I record for you with the camera, which is fine. I was at a game last night for Bournemouth Poppies. They play in the Wessex League. And then I recorded that, and then I'll probably upload those highlights tomorrow. And I went somewhere on Saturday, which is good. I go out with my son's 14, so he comes to the games with me. We get him for free. We get a little bit of food, meet all the players. It's a cheap afternoon out, really, to be honest. But it's good. Meeting loads of people all the time in football and stuff, and people come and say to you, "Oh, you're the voice behind the commentator." I thought I recognised you, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't offended you, have I?"
But I'm guessing, obviously, you're on about content there. You can't be at games every night of the week to get that content. So, explain to us the process, how people send the stuff to yourself.
It actually came from a bit of a negative, which I turned into a bit of a positive. I was recording for a team locally, and they got absolutely hammered in a pre-season game, and they asked me not to show the video, and I said, well, I can't really do that, because the other team, they were like a group of young lads, they really want to see the video, and it's like win, lose or draw, the video should go up. It's not a bit of a free press, you just got to kind of take it on the chin. So I posted it anyway, and then the clubs kind of said, oh, we don't want you recording anymore, XYZ. And I said, well, that's fine. I haven't got any ties to anyone. I'll just go somewhere else. But, good luck with it. And so I started messaging around other teams. And then someone gave me the idea of basically these VEO cameras are getting so popular now. At a game I was at last night, there was the other team had one, and there was me with my one. Which sometimes you think, God, did I need to be here? I could have been at home editing another one. But yeah, you do, because the team that last night, in the end, they lost quite badly. And what happens, you do get it. I don't know. It's so petty, and the teams don't want to share the footage.
Right.
So I go over the calendar month and I decide who I'm going to go around and see. And then I've had the bright idea of reaching out to all these teams that are buying these cameras. I'd say anywhere from step 3, all the way to step 4. The majority of teams have got these VEO cameras now. Whereas when I first bought my camera back in 2019, I asked the company who your last 2 customers were, and they said Chelsea and Bournemouth. They've just bought them for their academies, because obviously the whole emphasis is about it is visual learning, saying to players you have more time there.
Yeah.
I probably I probably don't use the camera what it's made for. I literally just get it, download it, put it on YouTube. There's loads of features that you can use with it. You can get it now with heat maps, how many times somebody's touched the ball, all sorts of stats. They've over the years, nearly 2 and a bit years I've had the camera now. The technology behind the AI has also improved. But the cameras where I've been messaging other teams, they just want an online presence. And it's probably a bit of a long con because you don't really notice it now, but when teams are having a really good season or they do well in a cup, it's very rarely documented. And then the things that I'm doing, and it goes like a lot of the videos I upload to football web pages.
Right.
So when it's on there, technically it's going to be on there forever. So when it says that, so one of the teams that I'm doing on there is called Bedford Town. So if you go onto football web pages, go onto Bedford Town, it's got every one of their fixtures is then got a link to my video. Then it takes you to Academy TV. And that'll be there forever, as well as them having their own playlist on my YouTube channel as well. So yeah, when I say legacy, it's like, in 10, 15 years time, people will still be talking about the videos. Oh, that was a good game. I've had it before where I've been commentating and I've said something and then someone's brought me up on it that I've said it, quite funnily. I remember you said that the other day and I was like, did I say that? And I've just found it coming. So you just find yourself, you put the headset on and you're commentating on the game and you say some stuff. I don't know where it comes from, but you I often find the games that I've done where they get, a bigger crowd. Some of the games I've been doing recently, like 500-600 fans there. I didn't realise how well supported the step 4 and step 3 sides were. Locally here, like Poole and Wimborne, they might only get 150, 250 on 300 would be a really busy day. These teams around Bedford, London area seem to be getting 400 plus every week, which is surprising with all the Premier League football and EFL teams around those areas. So yeah, and when you hear the crowd in the background, some of it you wouldn't want to repeat. But
I was just going to ask you that. Does it pick up the sound of the fans? Because that must be quite amusing at times.
Yeah, it does. It does make you laugh, but it riles you up for the commentary as you're doing it and gets it going. It flows better. Bearing in mind, for example, Bedford Town. I've never even been to Bedford. I haven't actually personally met anyone. This is all over the phone, all via email and WhatsApp. And where we've built up that trust now, I've actually got access to their VEO camera. So I get the email when they get the email. When the video's ready, I get it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that process. So say the team is recording their own VEO. What's the step from that to you?
Yeah, so at the moment with some of the teams, it's a bit of a painful step. So basically, they share the link with me, and then I have to sit there and screen record it, find like the good bits, which obviously I know the goals. People only want the goals anyway, and then I transfer that to the movie editor, and then edit it all. Whereas where I've got like my footage, I just download the MP4. I know the exact time when the goal was, and it's not quite double the work, but it's a little bit more labour intensive. But I guess on the same hand, it's building up a bit of a trust with people. I've kind of put a limit in my head of like, after I've done 10 games, if we're not really feeling it and it's still a bit of hard work and the trust isn't there, maybe it's time to move on and find another team, because it's me. I'm putting in a lot of legwork and groundwork, and like I said, I don't get paid for it. The goal with it is to get to the 1,000 subscribers by Christmas, and then the next 2 or 3 years head to that 10K sort of target, and then beyond that. But yeah, after 1,000 subscribers, you'll get paid like for the adverts on YouTube. You become a YouTube partner, and I don't know what the money will be, but say for example, in the last 18 months, I've had 300,000 views. Roughly off the top of my head, if that's a penny a view,
yeah,
30 grand, that would more than pay for the money, the camera, and my time that I've spent on doing it. And then, if there is any extra money out of it, we plan to put it back into the Sunday League team and make it more sustainable, a bit more affordable, new equipment, nicer equipment. And that's the run with it. Really, it's not about, oh, I'm going to use it as a full-time job. It's just really a hobby, really. But it has become a very enjoyable hobby with everyone that you meet in non-league football. Like every video that goes up, you rarely get. Sometimes you do, but it's very rarely you get bad feedback because everyone's just so appreciative of it. It's so just under advertised, really, non-league football, isn't it? And I see things. I think Paul Town last year and Wimborne Town, the two local teams here, they were working with a radio station that were live commentating at the games, but that seems to have died off this year. That was a bit of a flash in the pan. So I think it's consistency and finding something that works. You know, I'm not expecting any money out of this for a while, and if it does make some money, it's great. If not, I've been round to all these games. I've met loads of people, had a good laugh, had some good food, had some bad food, and had a laugh on the way. And it's it's good when you go out and it's just networking really with people. It's how I come across yourself. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Non-league football stuff.
Definitely. And the videos, what sort of length? I know you're saying you featuring goals. I'm guessing there's penalties. There's a bit of action. What's the sort of length of the videos you're putting on YouTube?
So I aim for all the videos like the last 2 weeks. I've obviously put the minute silence in, so they've all been up around just above 10 minutes. And there seems to be some real high scoring goals. But I think I did my first 0-0 game the other day, but there were that many chances in the game. I still managed to make 8 minutes of highlights of it. And the real end-to-end stuff, and the crowd there was really loud. So it wasn't like if you did a 0-0 Sunday League game, it would be awful because there'd be no atmosphere. And it would just be like, that's another chance gone. But, when someone really in the crowd goes, ooh, and you really get it after it kind of makes it, that was a lot closer than it felt. So, yeah, we can still make it. But, yeah, ideally, I think what works is some of the local games that I do here with my own camera, because I have GoPros behind the goal, I can do a bit of a goal cam. But when it's just somebody sending their video footage in, when I did a replay, it's just a replay of what they've seen. Right. So it's kind of a short replay. So, yeah, anywhere between, I reckon between 5 and 10 minutes. That keeps people engaged. I have noticed, and I don't know whether you've noticed yourself, but it seems to be with the success of TikTok, people aren't interested. Like my most viewed video is like 15 all shorts that I put on YouTube. They're the most viewed. I had a short the other day that went 90,000 views, and off of that one video, this 15-second clip, which took me about 5 minutes to make, I got 153 subscribers off that one video, whereas I spend 2 hours making a set of highlights and it gets 300 views. Crazy. And maybe 2 subscribers. But it's, the 100 odd views a week from that team, they're the ones that really appreciate it. I think the shorts, they're just like I think trigger happy is the wrong word, but yeah, a bit like swipe happy. They just go through, oh yeah, subscribe to that. They might never watch your channel again. Whereas the 300 people that watch that game, they're definitely watch the next game that I put up of that team. So yeah, it's, sometimes I don't know, I don't look too much into the numbers at this point. They're all heading up, and this time last year we had 100 subscribers, and now we've got 780 something.
Hey, good stuff.
Literally 6 weeks ago, we only had 400. So that's how quickly, and, I know other friends and stuff that have done YouTube channels, that's how quick they call it snowballing. They say it'll take you 18 months to get to 1,000, and then from there, you'll go to 5,000 in 18 months, as long as you keep putting in the work.
Yeah, content. I noticed the other day when I was obviously setting up a YouTube channel for the radio show that there's a couple of stipulations. Obviously, before you can get even your own channel name, you've got to have 100 subscribers, I think, and being live for 30 days and things like that. So, before we get on the links for the YouTube video, you tell us a little bit about Academy FC, and the website is academyfcdorset.com.
Yeah, so it was the reason we went with Academy TV is we found out. So it just used to be the YouTube channel, but used to be called Academy FC Dorset, but when we looked at the stats about 3 months in on YouTube, and I think it's a bit sad, but it is the way the world is. People don't want Academy, FC Dorset, the Sunday League team, to do that well because we are competing against them on a Sunday. So when we rebranded it as Academy TV and we started recording to, here, there, and everyone, well, the subscribers just started going up and up and up, and more people were committed to it. So we had to kind of move away from the Sunday League team, even though, as I said earlier, if it ever makes any money, a proportion of it would be going back to the Sunday League team. But
yeah,
I think people were just a little bit, oh, yeah, I don't mind watching it, but I don't want to subscribe or engage with it because it's those boys on a Sunday. But, when we were mainly doing our Sunday League stuff, and that's what really pushed us on to work with other people. And yeah, it's been a success since we rebranded it as Academy TV. It's the Sunday League badge in a TV icon. It couldn't be hidden. And also, we were getting some stick from the FA about certain stuff, and it was getting a bit constant. There's, no offense to the FA, but a lot of the people at the FA, they don't understand modern technology, and that everyone wants the games recorded, and we don't have to be so politically correct now. We're Academy TV,
yeah,
and we can't really be held accountable. Whereas there was a couple of occasions they never did, but they were looking at fining us and stuff, the football team, and putting sanctions in, which was going to stop us from playing football. And it was better to move away really and rebrand.
yeah.
And it's been a success since. More people are open to working with us. I often just wear my Academy FC Dorset hoodie there, and it's the same logo but just inside a TV. But yeah, it just needed to be that little bit separate. Also, losing the Dorset bit as well has opened us up to working with teams further afield. Dorset, it's miles away from us. Whereas Academy TV could be anywhere. More often than not, I get young people from like South African stuff message me videos. They must think we're actually a football academy.
All right.
Saying, please, are you interested in signing us? I'm a very good player. But we tend to respond to people with a bit of a standard message saying, "Oh, it's not quite like that. We're just a Sunday League team." Check out our YouTube channel, and if you're ever in Dorset, come along for a game. But we had two young lads from Japan that come over. And they come and played in a few of our pre-season games. They actually come over. They were here visiting Bournemouth, and they messaged on Instagram. I said, "Yeah, come along." And they both played in pre-season games. One of them then decided to stay and go to university in Bournemouth, and we got him international clearance. He plays for us on a Sunday now as well. So yeah, it's one of our players said their wife said once, it's the strangest bunch of people she's ever met in her life. And one of the things that we've had at the team since it started in 2018 was that a lot of teams are quite cliquey.
Yeah.
And you can only really get in if you're a mate of a mate. And we've always been like a real open group. I think we've got like 50 people registered. We probably only need about 30. Some of them, we've got like this guy called Hadji's a 48-year-old Romanian, moved over here. He's trained to be a police officer. Can't play every week because he works in the police. Comes every now and then. He's probably one of the most fittest players on the team. I think he used to have someone along the line. He's unreal. But yeah, we get a real mixed bag of people, nationalities. Like I say, we've got Japanese lads. Yeah, it's just it's pretty good. We always put on a good end of season do. We make it really family orientated, bouncy castles, sumo suits. But yeah, it's the camera's great. We're the only people in Dorset doing it on our level. Obviously, like I said, there's other teams doing it, but a lot of my friends say to me, yeah, they might have the camera, but I don't think they've got the skills or the effort that you're doing with all like making the scoreboards. Everything has to be individually made. So when you get the VEO footage, it's just literally the footage. It doesn't say what score, what minute. I still don't know how to put a minute counter on it, and I gave up a long time ago trying to work it out. I was like, at one point, going to make a separate slide for every minute, and then I thought, this is crazy. I'm going to be doing that 90-odd slides just to get a clock in the corner. So I let that obsession go, and I just recently, I think one of the things with it is you have to take on and I'm sure you appreciate this yourself. You have to take on a bit of criticism and adapt to it, really. And I think if you're standing still and thinking, oh, that's still a good product, it's not. Like the video that I put up today, that was for a game on Saturday for a team literally like a kilometre away from my house. Really nice group of people, and they put a little program out, and I always get the program, so I always get given one, and they've got all players sponsored and everything in the program, and I never normally bother with it, but when they won 8-0 at the weekend, so every time someone scored, I put the effort in. I made up slides, sponsored by such and such, found their company logo, and literally the guys messaged me earlier and said, oh, it's absolutely great. We're getting loads of really positive feedback, and then that help us next year get more player sponsors, maybe charge a little bit more because it's going on the videos. And yeah, I think that's what, if you make the effort with people, they look after you. They give you a bit of feedback when you need it. Oh, that wasn't that great. Maybe we can improve that. And, you just kind of go with it from there. But
great stuff.
Yeah, all in all, it's the same as anything. When you're doing something for free, don't be naive enough that it's the best as it can be. It can always be better. But I guess it's something, what I always say to people is it's a work in progress. Like, let's not put one video out there. Put a video out there, and if it's not quite how you want it, let's tweak it and get it right over the next 2 or 3 videos.
Great stuff. Well, it's been great speaking to you, Gary. But before I let you go, I want you to put you on the spot here and give the links and how best for the people to get in touch with you if they would like to find out more about what you're doing.
So yeah, the best way to get in touch is probably through Twitter, and that is still Academy FC Dorset. We're on Instagram every day, and obviously the YouTube channel Academy TV. Just leave a comment on. We reply literally to every comment. We don't get loads. We're not inundated with comments. So I hope in a couple of years' time we are. But yeah, we tend to reply and make sure we like everyone's comment. And all the contact details are in every description. And yeah, we also always, we don't. I was thinking the other day, like I say, the furthest we go north is Bedford, and I know there's other equivalent of southern leagues up north, and if anyone's watching or tuning into the show or wants to get in touch about getting their game recorded, just get in touch and we can maybe put something together and work together. Really, it's just trying to, like yourself, just trying to build up a community of non-league people.
Totally agree. Right, Gary, well, many thanks for coming on today, and we will obviously stay in touch, and we will speak again soon, or we'll maybe get on the show again soon when you've got 10,000 subscribers and tell us how busy it's going.
Or we win something this year. We're looking good so far. We beat a team 2 divisions above us on Sunday. So, and our reserves, where we started the reserves team this year, they're unbeaten. So yeah, we might win something. Long season yet though. We'll see how it goes.
No problem. Well, many thanks for coming on, and we'll speak again soon.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time. Cheers.